What's up, y'all? I'm back again today with another video. Actually, no, I'm not back with another video. This is not your regular mess, tea, and drama. This is the Golden Hour podcast. Okay, so this is the first episode of my podcast, and I'm so excited to start this new segment, y'all. Now, I'm going to go over just a few things. If you want to skip over that, I will put the timestamp of the topic at hand when I start talking about the topic in the title. I'm going to put that timestamp in the comments just because I know everybody doesn't care what I'm about to say. So, just like I said, I want to thank you all for tuning in to my first episode. And just to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to this podcast thing. But I'm going to try my best. If you guys hear anything in the background, I do live in Ghettoville, okay? So I'm not going to be editing that out. That is the whole purpose of this podcast. So I can just get in my commentary, my opinions, without having to do all of the extra editing, all of the extra scripting, and trying to make sure I say things the right way. This is just real raw me. Now, I'm not going to be doing anything out of my character. I don't drag people, not really. I don't do all of that extra cursing and all that. That's not me, and I want to keep my channel healthy, okay? You know, healthy as in dollar signs, healthy. But this podcast segment is really going to give me a chance to talk about topics openly that may require some more in-depth conversation. And in the future, within the next couple of weeks, I'm probably going to start doing it as a live podcast so that you guys can comment and we can talk to each other probably near the end of the discussion. So I'm working on that, but for now, we're just gonna have a real podcast where I talk behind the screen. All right. Okay. So there's not going to be too much editing, just so you know what we're getting into. Now, this specific episode is only going to be about 30 minutes because I really it's been a slow week because of New Year's and everything like that. And I really don't have anything to talk about for real, but I did come across some things I wanted to say about a particular female rapper, and we're going to get into that. So it's only going to be about 30 minutes, but usually I'm going to try to do these podcasts about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes long, okay? So now let's get into it. So on the menu today, we have Saweetie, my girl Saweetie. Now, I know I made that video that said this is why nobody likes Saweetie. Listen, I know some of y'all took that kind of in the wrong way. I do not dislike Saweetie. Me personally, I don't dislike Saweetie. Actually, in that video, I commented on how much I do like Saweetie and how I think that she is talented, contrary to some people believing she's mediocre and she doesn't really know how to rap and she can only make a hit with a sample. I still think Saweetie has talent. I think she's a beautiful girl. I like her look. I like her personality. But that specific video was more so because there were a lot of people, like I said, saying that Saweetie is not talented and they don't like her and they prefer Megan and, you know, all that blase, blase, blase. So that's why I created that video. And I stand by my opinions that I stated. Like I said, I do like her, but I also feel like she kind of lost herself because Saweetie, at first, she was more so of a California girl, Bay Area girl. She had that look and sound going about her. She was real skinny, natural body, you know, real cute with it. Then I couldn't help but to notice that after she got with Quavo, she turned into more of the, how do I say, we know hoe culture is in right now, and not being ashamed of your preferences and what you want to do with yourself and your body and your life is what's in, and it comes with a certain look. And you know, you have the Cardi B and you have the City Girls and you have the Megan Thee Stallion, and I feel like she ended up switching up her look to fit in with what's popping right now, which I understand because you can't be over here trying to do this and that, wanting to be mainstream when that ain't where it's at, you know? Like, that's not what people are looking for. People are looking for that whole culture type of image. So I understand, but I just feel like I just wish that she would have kept her, I don't know what word I'm looking for. I wish she just would have not went all out with the I'm not sure if she got a boob job, but I know she got a BBL. And well, I don't think she's ever came out and said that she has had a BBL, but I mean, hey, you can mostly tell from her body she's had some work done. I wish she didn't go that far with it, is what I'm saying, because there was just something fresh about Saweetie to me. And just like I said before, while you had Remy Ma coming at Nicki Minaj back in 2017, and then here comes Cardi B later on that year blowing up, and then Cardi B versus Nicki, everybody was talking about Cardi B versus Nicki. Cardi B versus Nicki. Nicki said this, Cardi did that, Cardi took her shoe off, the whole thing with the Star Marie girl, all of that was taking place over real music. Nobody was really talking about music. Nobody was talking about Cardi's music. Nobody was talking about Nicki's music. It was more so of, it was all about the drama. And anytime anybody brought up the music, they were bringing up numbers to try to put the other girl down. Like to say, oh, Nicki's album flopped. It only did this much. Cardi's album did this. Cardi won a Grammy off her album. Nothing was about the actual music. So I was like, if these two girls don't get it together, Saweetie is about to come in and really take over. Because in 2018, when Saweetie dropped that Icy Girl, that was hot. That record was popping. Even though she used a sample, her lyricism on that record really got Saweetie up there. Because as far as I know, I did look into her a little bit. She was going to college at USC. You know, she did date a little in the industry, and we're going to get into that later because that's what I want to talk about. But she did date into the industry. I know, was it Quincy, his son Quincy, that she dated? It was either Justin or Quincy that she dated. She also dated that dude that was in that, girl, I can't figure it out. There was a, don't drag me. There was a movie that came out about an R&B group that was on BET. I can't think of the name for my life right now. I just looked it up and I can't find it. I don't know the dude's name, but she dated him. She dated one of the guys that was on that movie. She also dated, or it said that she also dated Michael B. Jordan. That she did not clarify whether she did or didn't. She kind of hinted at it, especially in her song 23, but that's what people say. So yeah, she has dated in the industry before, and then she went to college, she got her degree, and from what I saw, and from her interviews, she said that, you know, she just used to sit in her apartment in her room writing raps, and she was just doing freestyles on Instagram, and then the Icy Girl came about, and that's what really took off for her. So with that song, go back and listen to that song and listen to the lyrics on that song. That's why I say that girl has talent. It may not be it may not be on the pedestal that we have put up, but when you have Cardi B, and no shade to Cardi B at all, because Cardi does her thing or whatever, but Cardi knows she's not the best lyricist, and she sets up herself. If we can have a Cardi B, we can have a Saweetie. So with that being said, I feel like there's room for her, but I just really thought that when that Icy Girl came out and all that was going on between Cardi and Nicki Minaj, I was just like, if Cardi doesn't watch out, Saweetie's gonna surpass her. That's what I really actually thought. I was like, this girl is going to, you know, not surpass her in terms of success. I mean, surpass her in terms of, you know, just being popping, for lack of a better phrase, because Cardi had those hits. She had Invasion of Privacy. She had I Like It. She had, you know, a few other bops. But all of that beef with Nicki Minaj made way for another girl to come and steal the show, basically. And I thought it was going to be Saweetie, but it ended up being Megan. I did not see Megan coming from anywhere. Megan just kind of popped. Like, she just kind of popped up. Like, I never saw the Stally freestyle from 2017. I did not see that. Nothing. And I'm your average, even though I do music commentary, I don't go out looking for people to listen to. So therefore, if people make it to my Spotify, the recommendations, my YouTube recommendations, and I live in a small city, so if somebody if somebody makes it to word of mouth around where I'm from, then that means, you know, they're getting somewhere. I never heard of Megan. I never heard of, even when the Big Old Freak came out. A lot of people like that song or whatever, and it took a while to gain momentum like that. But when it did, it did. But when I heard that song, I was just like, Like, I listened to Big Old Freak for the first time in full last month, I think. But I was just like, okay, who is this? Okay. And then I went to look at, you know, Megan's past freestyles, and I was like, damn, this girl really has some talent as well. Like, she really has some talent, like lyrical freestyle talent. And so when Megan dropped Fever, I was just like, dang, Saweetie, what are you gonna do? But Saweetie did drop My Type as well, and we cannot take that away from her. My Type was one of the songs of the summer. We have Megan with the Hot Girl Summer. We have City Girls with Act Up, City Girl Summer, and then we have Saweetie with Icy Girl Summer, and then the My Type song. Now, I want to ask y'all this, and y'all can get into the comments and discuss on this part. In what order, and this is not me trying to put the girls against each other, I don't do that, but in what order do you guys think that the girls had a hold of the summer? Like, who had the biggest movement to y'all? Because I've been seeing it through Instagram, through Twitter, and through other forums and things. People have mixed opinions about who was actually holding it down. From my perspective, it was Megan, but I prefer Megan over all other girls anyway, so I might be biased in that opinion. But you did have Megan with the Hot Girl Summer, and everybody was using the phrase Hot Girl Summer. Everybody. I mean, you had white people, black people, of course, other races. You had clothing stores, commercials. Like, it was, I remember like seeing in my email, it was like something from Forever 21, and it was like Hot Girl Summer, hey hot girl. So with the movement, I think Megan had it. With the music, I will say City Girls, because they came out with Act Up like way in April or earlier in the year, and Act Up took off. And I think Saweetie came out with the My Type after that. So, but a lot of people put it in the order of the City Girls, then Saweetie, and then Megan. And I feel like appropriately so, if I'm being unbiased, because even though Megan had the Hot Girl Summer moniker and the movement, the actual song Hot Girl Summer did not hit as well as Act Up and My Type, even though it was a hit. And then she released it in August on top of everything else. So I don't want to get too off topic, because we are talking about Saweetie, but when we're speaking of Saweetie and how she came about, we have to also put in the other girls as well. So with all that being said, I do like Saweetie. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep saying it, but I like the girl. But I want to point out that Saweetie, as far as her celebrity goes, as far as socially, Saweetie has leveled up probably the most. Now, we do know that Megan got signed to Jay-Z's management company, or his whatever it's called. We know she got signed to that, and I posted the picture of Megan with Blue and Beyonce. So Megan has gotten into circles as well, but I believe mostly because of the fact that she got signed to Jay-Z's management group. Not that she could never have met Beyonce or whoever else she's met. I'm just saying that gave her a boost. So musically, career-wise, Megan does have it as well. But speaking in just like social terms, Saweetie got it. At Diddy's 50th birthday party, now, a lot of people end up getting into that. It's been said that Alexis Sky was there. So it's not like, no offense to Alexis Sky, but it's not like you had to be like a top tier celebrity to get into that party. But she made her way around to Jay-Z and Beyonce, and she was dancing with Beyonce, Kelly, and they were taking pictures. And if you guys watched that video, Saweetie was so starstruck when she was beside Beyonce. Like, she kept looking at her like, like, you guys, I can't put a word to it. Like, that's the only way I can explain it. Saweetie was like, oh my God, Beyonce. Like, you can tell it's all over her face. But yeah, so she was around them. And then just this past Christmas holiday, she was at the Kardashians' Christmas party. And she took a picture. It was her, Travis. It was, well, as far as women goes, it was her, Kim. Was Kylie there? I know it was her and Kim as far as the women, but it was also Travis, Kanye, and Quavo. And that's the point that I want to make, is that Saweetie has leveled up as far as her social celebrity. partially due to Quavo. Now, the Migos have been doing their thing since 2011, 12, 13. They have close to 8 to 9 years in the game. They're a household name now. Everybody knows them individually, especially since, people say that Quavo is the Beyonce of the group, and then Offset is married to Cardi B. So that gives them a lot of clout on top of their own clout that they had, and being, one of your go-to Atlanta down south rap groups. Just, it's a lot that comes with being with Quavo. And I feel like Saweetie really leveled up and getting with him because she's able to get into these high profile celebrity areas that she possibly could not get into if she was not with Quavo, or it would have taken her longer to get into those social circles. Because, if you think about it, the only person that I know of, the only female rapper or female artist, period, that I know of who was able to meet Beyonce so early in her career has been Cardi B. Usually when you want to sit next to the Beyoncés and the Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye West, the Kardashians, you have to have you have to be at some type of level. Either you have to be at a level or you have to know somebody that's at that level. And her person is Quavo. So yeah, her relationship with Quavo has definitely been a stepping stone for her as far as, like I said, social celebrity status goes. It's not every day that somebody has only been in their career 2-3 years and is partying with Beyonce and is invited to Kardashians' private parties in their homes. Now, I don't know if their relationship is for PR or not. For what I see, it seems like the two of them are really into each other. That's one thing about Quavo so far. We haven't had no major scandal of Quavo cheating on Saweetie, Quavo disrespecting her, none of that. That's one thing I can say about him different than Offset, because Quavo, from what I have seen, has really respected Saweetie as far as publicly. Now, what goes on behind closed doors, we don't know. But it just seems to me that their relationship is pretty legit. And that's a plus. And I know that's weird to say that because your relationships are supposed to be about love and genuine admiration, and but in the industry, a lot of times PR relationships are more important than actual relationships. Who can make you look better and give you more clout is more important than who you actually have feelings for or who you actually like. So that's why I say that's a plus, being in the industry that they're in. And it's also still popular for female rappers to be with other male rappers, and even R&B singers to be with rappers. R&B singers and rappers being together, that has always been a thing. But now more so, the women of rap and then the men of rap getting together. You had Megan Thee Stallion and Moneybagg Yo, even though a lot of people said that was for PR. And she claims that she was never with him, so it probably was. But then you have Offset and Cardi B. You have, even though she's R&B, but you have Summer Walker and London on the Track. Just a lot of them. And then, now Saweetie and Quavo. So I feel like being with Quavo really put her up there. Like I said, I don't know if it would have happened so quickly or if at all for her to be able to be in these circles if it wasn't for him, because the Migos and Jay-Z are friendly as well. So, that puts you in a lot of different places. But yeah, Saweetie is definitely winning out here. She is the blueprint when it comes to dating as a female rapper. And I know that there was this little drama going around about this girl on Twitter exposing Quavo for cheating on Saweetie, but I don't think that was real because that girl looked like she photoshopped some stuff. So that aside, he really has respected Saweetie, and they really seem like they are really for each other. So Saweetie winning out here. She may not be, on top as far as rapper wise, but she's only so many years in the game. She winning out here, like for real. She's winning. And the only thing she needs to do is find a sound that's gonna make her pop, because Saweetie, she is popping, but she's popping because of her sampled songs. Both of her hits have been from other well-known sampled songs. So you can't really brag too much when your biggest hits have not been 100% original from you. You get what I'm saying? So I really need for her to like get in a booth, find your sound that's you, and go off like you know how to do, and put that out there and just ride, make a new wave for yourself and ride that out, because this whole culture, the summer girl, the hot girl summer, the city girl summer, all of that was last summer. Who's to say that this summer people are going to still be on the same wave? Every year it's a new thing. Every season brings new trends. So it'll be interesting to see where Saweetie and these other girls end up going this year, and specifically this summer, with their music. It's actually been really quiet out there in the female rap world this summer. Not this summer, this winter. We haven't had any Cardi, any Nicki, any City Girls, any Saweetie, any Megan, and that's at the forefront. We have had some Doja Cat, but I personally was underwhelmed by that. And we can get into Doja Cat in a minute, but I was underwhelmed by that. And then you have your other rappers like No Name and Amaretta and those girls, but I haven't heard anything from them either. Now, granted, I haven't gone looking for them, to be honest. Your Tierra Whack, and I haven't gone looking for them. For us, for those of us who want something different, we have to go out and support those who are trying to give us something different. And I think that's what I'm going to try to do these next couple of months, is really broaden my musical taste so that I can give these girls a chance. And I'm not saying that I'm going to actually bring them on my platform and talk about them. If I feel so, then I will. But maybe just every now and again I can, mention them and, give them praise and hype them up just as well as I do for Megan Thee Stallion, just as well as I do for Nicki Minaj, because that is not the only lane that we have for female rappers. Talking about, their goodies and men and all that other stuff, that's not the only way for female rap. But back to what I was saying, yeah, it's been real quiet out here in these female rap streets, so it'll be interesting to see what these girls have cooking up. I know Cardi's working on an album. I don't know what Nicki's doing. I wish she would bring out another. Nicki's a whole other topic. Megan's supposed to be working on an album, so we're gonna see. I know somebody who was working on the album and refuses to put it out. Rihanna, okay, don't wanna give us that R9. She wanna focus on Fenty Beauty. She wanna keep R9 for herself. But back on topic. So yeah, what do you guys think about Saweetie? What do you guys think about her switch in her music and her sound and her look? I feel like she can really give me, I feel like she can give me something that these girls can't, but I feel like she doesn't go that route because it's not what's on top. I would love for her to come out, actually not with another album, or I don't know if her last thing was an album. I would love for her to come out with a mixtape. Even though she's probably, got an album on her mind, she probably has contracts and stuff, I would like for her to come out with a mixtape. As somebody who went through and listened to High Maintenance and Icy song for song, if she can give, mainstream in her album and then turn around and give real authentic Bay Area girl Saweetie in her mixtape, I'll be happy with that. So we'll see what she does and where she goes with that. But yeah, that's my true and honest opinion of Saweetie. I wanted to get that out there because a lot of people think that I don't like her, especially the people who watched that video that I did on her. But yeah, I do like Saweetie. Now, Doja Cat. I'm going to talk about her very briefly since I brought her up. But let me tell y'all why I was underwhelmed by her album. I think that I was underwhelmed because I did not know what to expect from her. Now, I believe I did go back to her album, Amala, and I listened to that, and I think that I liked All Night. I liked the original Juicy song. I liked Cookie Jar and Go to Town. Cookie Jar is my jam. I listen to that all the time. With this, I think it's Hot Pink, her new album. I don't know. Nothing stood out to me, and I like Doja. just to get that out there. I do like her. Very rarely will I talk about somebody I don't like. If I don't like a celebrity or an artist, like, I'm probably not going to be interested in even ever talking about them. So anybody that I ever bring up on my podcast or my videos, I most likely like them, or I like them to an extent. I like them enough to talk about them. But yeah, I do like Doja, but I just don't see where that album was going, because you had Tia Tamera. I think that was a deluxe on that album. I like Tia Tamera. That was cute, and it had Rico Nasty on it. I love me some Rico Nasty, but yeah, you had that, and then you had what else did you have? So you had Juicy, which she put Juicy on this album as well. I do like Juicy, but I liked it without Tyga. She had Bottom Bitch. I did like that song, but I feel like every song was given something else. I didn't feel like it was a put together piece of work. I think that's why I didn't know what to expect, and I was given a lot, and that's why I was underwhelmed by it. She had Rules. I don't like Rules. I know a lot of people like Rules, but that was also just off to me. And then she had Cybersex, and Talk Dirty. I like those two songs, but they're not like, they're not like boom, like a hit songs, Those are just the kind of songs that I like from an artist that is just like my personal preference. Like, I like this little song, it's a little bop, What she put out, her actual singles, Juicy, Tia Tamera, which was a part of Deluxe, I think, or was it Deluxe from Amala? It might have been Deluxe from Amala, but that I know of, Juicy, Bottom Bitch, and Rules. I mean, it didn't give me anything. I really like her style. I like her image. I like the way that her music sounds. Doja Cat gives me Nicki Minaj's little sister. But it seems like she took a page from Nicki's book and then made it her own. You get what I'm saying? I would love to see them two collab. I would love to see Doja Cat and Nicki Minaj collab. I would love to see more from Doja and Rico Nasty together. And on the next album, I want to see something more put together than this. This was not put together to me. Like, I'm going to go back, actually, since I'm talking about her. I'm going to go back and I'm going to re-listen to the whole thing. But it was just unorganized. And maybe it's just me. Rules was so much different than Bottom Bitch, was so much different than Talk Dirty, was so much different than Juicy. Well, I kind of see Juicy, fitting in there, but specifically Rules and Bottom, I don't know. They sound like they belong to different projects. So that's the thing with me and Doja Cat. I don't feel like, I don't know. But at the same time, Doja Cat is somewhat of a new artist as well. And she might be trying to find her footing just like Saweetie is. And that's what I'm going to close out with this, is that one thing that I have realized is that the whole artist development thing has gone out the window. And it's almost as if we expect rappers and singers to come out already on the big dogs level. We expect Cardi B to come out on Nicki Minaj. Let me not use Cardi B because boom. We expect, Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat or whatever to come out already on Nicki Minaj's level. We expect the Normanis to come out on Beyonce's level. We expect the Summer Walkers and the LMAs to come out on, not that they're similar, but, to come out on Rihanna's level. The artists have to develop. And that's why I was saying Saweetie and Doja Cat have to find their footing. And that's what artist development is all about. And no way am I coming at them or calling them, less than. But as newer artists, you got to find your way. And we have to stop feeling like these artists have to come out like this, like already out the microwave. I guess that's why they call it microwave rappers. Is that the word for it? Popcorn rap, whatever they've been calling it. People these days expect for artists to just be like, pop in the microwave, put it on 30 seconds, and boom. But it's like, okay, if you go to Publix and buy food, is it going to taste better in the microwave or in the oven? That's what you got to think about. Let these let these artists develop. Let them bake in the oven a bit, and then we can critique them a little bit more. Even though I know I'm critiquing them now, I'm not coming at them. Some people come at these girls, like they come at Saweetie and they say she has no talent and she's mediocre and she's boring. They'll even come at Doja Cat. They say she's nothing, that people only like her because of her body. They come at Dream Doll. Even Dream Doll has done better. When she first came out, they came at her like, you know, you're not on Nicki's level, you'll never be on Cardi's level, but you have to develop. And when Cardi B came out, I feel like because Cardi B had such a machine behind her, she had people that were ready to make her into what she needed to be ASAP. Everybody don't have that. So, once again, when it comes to, you know, Saweetie and, you know, like Doja Cat, like I said, you know, we have to let them develop. But overall, Saweetie is really winning in this game. Like, Saweetie has really came up there. I don't know too many people who has a seat at the table with Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and whoever else she may have come in contact with. I don't know too many people who come off the gate and are able to perform in some of the places that she's been able to perform. So, you know, so boom. That's the end of my podcast, you guys. I hope I did a good job on this first one because I really winged this shit out. I did not do a script. I just got on here and started talking. But definitely let me know in the comment section what you thought about the podcast as a whole and what you thought about Saweetie. Everything I said about Saweetie and even Doja Cat. How do you feel about Saweetie and her getting with Quavo? Do you think that definitely upped her career? Because I do. I definitely do. And what do you think female rap is going to sound like in 2020? Leave your comments down below. I will be checking because I love to hear y'all's opinions. And make sure you hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload a video. These podcasts will be up every single Thursday at 5 o'clock unless I say otherwise. Also, in the description, there will be an email where you can request topics for me to talk about. As long as it fits my niche and my aesthetic, I'm willing to talk about it. If you want to talk about celebrities, if you want to talk about drama that didn't make it on the channel this week, if you want me to talk about something in particular and go into detail about it, go into that description box. There's an email down there for you to send emails to and request what you want me to talk about. And you already know, make sure you like this video because it's always good for your edges. And that's all I have for this show, you guys. I'm gonna see you guys next Thursday at 5 p.m. Central.